Scottish Modsports, in association with PD Fire Extinguishers, Bridge of Dawn Trailers and Toyo Tyres, make their way down towards the grid. For their race, Greg MacArthur will be on pole position, and alongside Greg on the front row of the grid's Roddy Patterson. Ron Cumming and Stuart Robb make up the second row, with Paul Bryden and Mark Dawson row number 3. Row 4 for Andy Patterson and Richard Sutherland, and Adam Kindness and Phil Webster are 9th and 10th on the 5th row. Stephen Somerville and Graham Robertson, with Liam Dreelan and Scott Armstrong in a pair of minis. And alongside each other, we've got Cameron Chalmers and Louise Strachan, with Natalie Cowie, Cameron Bryden, James Strachan and Murray Douglas rounding out the ModSports grid. At the back of the ModSports, we will then have Tony Absalom and Chris Adams, with Tim Mole and Ken Clark. Nick Sanderson, Kerry Lewis and Alistair Bapty join us from the VW Classic Cars, and we can't wait to see these guys get in with the ModSports. Red lights starting to appear at Knockhill Racing Circuit. Look at the sunny skies. And out they go down towards Duffy's Dip for the first time of asking. A brilliant start from Greg MacArthur, and I say that with a little bit of excitement in the voice because that Radical, not an easy car to get off the line, but MacArthur launched that perfectly off the line and he leads through Duffy's Dip, chased by Paul Bryden, Stuart Robb, Mark Dawson, Andy Patterson. Ron Cumming, we did find out, non-starter in this race as we go on board with Andy Patterson as we see him coming down through the Butchers, chasing Mark Dawson over the crest of the Black Circles chicane in the sunshine here at Knockhill Racing Circuit. We're going to have to keep our eyes a little bit further down as we have to see exactly how our Volkswagen Cup cars get on in this race. It'll be interesting to see just how far up the pack they can get. But Greg MacArthur in the Radical SR3 RS A-Class car here, in towards the hairpin in the lead. If you want any information on the ModSports series, well, you can head to superlapscotland.co.uk and there's a ModSports tab on that website with all the regulations, contact details. If you've got a car you think could get out here, why not have a look and see if it's eligible. Mark Dawson, series points leader just now, goes underneath the bridge, and look at this, they're fanning out behind him. That looked like it was Chris Adams up there in the Volkswagen Golf GTI as we go on board with Adam Kindness alongside him into Duffy's Dip. Oh, it's going to be tight. Richard Sutherland, well, you don't want to get too close to Richard Sutherland and you don't want to get too close to Adam Kindness either, but the BMW and the Mini, oh, a little lock up there from Sutherland. The BMW and the Mini really fight it well around Knockhill Racing Circuit in the ModSports. Two completely different cars. The rear-wheel drive BMW, the front-wheel drive Mini. And when you're watching them out there racing, it really is good quality racing, especially when you've got Adam Kindness and Richard Sutherland behind the wheel. Sutherland a bit of a sausage curb going through Clark's here. Great onboard footage from Adam here. As he comes round, you can see there's not a big power difference. Little slipstream effect for Adam as he comes into the apron. Will he put up the brakes and send up inside? No, he must be too far back. No, Kindness comes in. Sutherland sees him coming and gives him just enough room. Richard did tell me that that's his brand new car and he doesn't want any scratches put in it. And trust me, you don't want to hit him in the track, it just makes him angry. A little wave from Kindness as Richard goes past and completely ignores Adam. That's what I like. Underneath the bridge, listen to this. Fully committed Kindness through the left-hander, up the inside of McIntyre's. Richard tries to cut back on the exit, but Adam just covered enough of that, going through the apex of McIntyre's to stop Richard getting the cut back. And at the hairpin, we have a car in the gravel. That's Nick Sanderson. You see it, Super Copa. Well, he's ended up on the gravel on the inside, and that's quite a strange place to be. I don't think he spun it himself. I have to say, I would imagine he would have been helped into that little area as the recovery team do a fantastic job. The sun has definitely been out there on that man's forehead during the day as the recovery discovery takes Nick Sanderson on a tow rope back in towards pit lane. Safety car lights have gone out and we are under a restart already, and it's Greg MacArthur. And look at the gap behind Paul Bryden. They've left an enormous gap. The rest of the pack have been completely sleeping on this. Where is Stuart Robb? He's Stuart Robb behind, just now behind a lapped car in the middle of this. So up the main straight they come. Greg MacArthur tries to get the jump on Paul Bryden. Nobody can pass until they're actually at the top of the hill, and it looked like there was a little bit of closeness going on there. You can see the gap that's come out now because Stuart Robb having to hold back from going past Cameron Bryden in the BMW. So that's let these two guys, Greg MacArthur number 7 and Paul Bryden 79 in the Solution F BMW M3, away at the front. We've got Stuart Robb, Chris Adams, Andrew Patterson battling it out behind these guys. Tim Moll, Mark Dawson, Phil Webster, Alistair Bapty in a VW Vento V6, VR6. Great to have Bapty join us here at the KMSC. And as we go on board with Andy Patterson, that's Chris Adams in the Volkswagen just ahead. Is Andy looking very cool and calm and collected here in this BMW. Comes through Clark Corner, off the end of the exit curve. Mark Dawson in the Honda Civic just ahead. And Chris Adams just doesn't have the legs to catch up, and these cars both a little bit quicker than Andy. That window flapping about the left hand side is a little bit concerning. That might be acting as a sail and letting some air come in as Dawson leaves a big gap on the inside. Through goes Chris Adams. Andy Patterson thinks that he can go through that small gap as well, but Mark Dawson, the man who currently leads the ModSports points this year, decides that he has got enough power in that and just drives back up the main straight. That's Alistair Bapty going past Adam Kindness, and look in the mirror, here comes Sutherland. Oh, that was Tim Moll going past just now. But there goes Richard Sutherland again in the black car with the Leighton House blue stripes. I do like that. Again, Kindness full send through Leslie's, tries to go up the inside. Sutherland sees him coming, and Kindness, very respectful, gives Richard enough racing room. Richard round the outside. That's a big boys manoeuvre going through Butchers there. Adam Kindness will be smiling under that helmet just now. He will really appreciate this close racing that he's got with Richard Sutherland as they make their way up towards Clark Corner. But meanwhile, leaving the hairpin, the big V6 powered Solution F BMW space frame car. The space frame on that car, very good to have a look at, all tubular. As they come over the crest of the hill, he's going up alongside Greg MacArthur, and that looks like the move will be done. Bryden hits the front of the ModSports race here at Knockhill, their 4th race of the weekend. It's been a pretty busy weekend for them, and in the sunshine at June at Knockhill here, Bryden leads through the chicane, but he's going to have to keep the foot down because Greg MacArthur is not going to give him this all his own way as they go up the back straight. Oh, Chris Adams! Good grief! That was a wake-up call. Just a wheel over the edge of the curb, but it turns the car back towards the inside. Then, yeah, he's got a little bit wayward now as Andy Patterson goes up the inside of Mark Dawson. You can see the smile underneath Andy's helmet there from where he sits in the car. But Chris Adams extremely lucky to get away with that and not end up in the wall on the inside, halfway up that back straight. As Andy Patterson, car number 69, the BMW 318 IS, through the hairpin, up the main straight. Mark Dawson. Mark Dawson's a Honda Civic Type R Class G for Mark Dawson. And Andy Patterson now having a go at Chris Adams in towards Clark. Andy Patterson a little bit of oversteer on the way in there. Adams a bit wider on the exit. Andy trying to get a good slipstream from that Volkswagen Golf round towards the hairpin. But Chris's car not shy on horsepower. Will Patterson do a usual trademark manoeuvre on the brakes at the hairpin? We sit back in our seats, thankfully no was the answer there. And through they come. You can see the BMW almost steering a little bit with the rear wheels. It comes at the hairpin there, up the main straight. Andy Patterson's fastest lap so far in the race, a 59.529. Chris Adams, well, Chris has done a 1 minute .0, so Andy is lapping just that little bit quicker, using possibly a little bit more circuit knowledge. First time here for Chris Adams and the Volkswagen Cup guys, and very welcomed by all in the ModSports paddock, and they would love to have them back throughout the course of the season. But here we come, the final lap of the race, up towards a waiting checkered flag. There we have it. Paul Bryden wins on the road from Greg MacArthur. Stuart Robb will come home in 3rd place in the big TVR Tuscan. But that battle is just crossing the line. Now we're going to keep our eyes on this. Can Andy Patterson do Chris Adams? He's looking up the inside of Clark. He's only half alongside. Adams leaves him just enough room. Oh, Andy Patterson! Oh, big save from Andy there. Well, he had to have a shot. It was the last lap of the race. Good bit of car control from Andy as he come over the sausage curb there. No contact between both cars. Great bit of driving from Andy to keep it out the gravel and also keep it out the driver's door from Chris Adams. And Chris gives Andy enough room to survive. He'll come home in 4th place with Andy Patterson. After that hair-raising moment, will come home in 5th place. Tim Moll in the Volkswagen Golf will be just ahead of Mark Dawson, with Phil Webster, Alistair Bapty in 9th, and Richard Sutherland rounds out the top 10 in his BMW Compact. Well, we hope you enjoyed that. We look forward to seeing the ModSports on track for the 9th and 10th of July. Please visit Knockhill's website, look for the ModSports tab. All information for the race meeting will be there. We can't wait to see you guys trackside.